Om Shri Sai Ram. Invoking the blessings of Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba, our reverential pranams and love at the feet of Sadguru Shri Madhusudan Sai, respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, respected elders, esteemed guests, brothers and sisters, and everyone watching us live from around the world, Sai Ram, Namaste, and a very good morning and a very, very happy new year to everyone. At the outset, we would like to extend a very hearty welcome to our beloved dignitaries on the stage. Our chief guest this morning, Shri H.K. Patilji, Honorable Minister for Law and Parliamentary Affairs, Government of Karnataka. Dr. Prasanna Simha Mohan Rao, Head of Department, CTVS, Shri Jayadeva Institute of Cardiovascular Sciences and Research, Bangalore. Dr. Krishna Subramanya Iyer, Executive Director, Pediatric and Congenital Heart Surgery, Fortis Escorts Heart Institute, New Delhi. Dr. C. Srinivas, Chairman, Shri Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani Global Chain of Pediatric Cardiac Hospitals. Shri B.N. Narsimurthy Ji, Chancellor, Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence. And our most beloved Sadguru Shri Madhusudan Sai, the visionary humanitarian spearheading mammoth projects in the verticals of nutrition, education, and healthcare across 33 countries. We also have with us Dr. Raghupati, Medical Director of India's first free rural medical college, Shri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research. We will commence this auspicious morning with Vedic invocation by our girl students, and they will chant verses from the Kathopanishad.
मनुष्यमेतस्तौ सम्परीत्य विविनक्तिधीरः श्रेयो हि धीरोऽभिप्रेयसो वृणीते प्रेयो मन्दो योगक्षेमाद्वृणीते श्रवणायापि बहुभिर्यो न लभ्यः शृण्वन्तोऽपि बहवो यन्न विद्युः आश्चर्यो वक्ता कुशलोऽस्य लब्धाश्चर्यो ज्ञाता कुशलानुशिष्टः न जायते म्रियते वा विपश्चिन्नायं कुतश्चिन्न बभूव कश्चित् अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे अनलोरणीयान् महतो महीयान् आत्मास्य जन्तोर्निहितो गुहायाम् तमक्रतुः पश्यति वीतशोको धातुः प्रसादान् महिमानमात्मनः नायमात्मा प्रवचनेन लभ्यो न मेधया न बहुना श्रुतेन यमेवैष वृणते तेन लभ्यस्तस्यैष आत्मा विवृणते तनूगुस्वाम् उत्तिष्ठत जाग्रत प्राप्य वरा निबोधत क्षुरस्य धारा निशिता दुरत्यया दुर्गं पतस्तत्कवयो वदन्ति यथा सर्वे प्रमुच्यन्ते कामायेस्य हृदि श्रिताः अथ मत्योऽमृतो भवत्यत्र ब्रह्म समश्नुते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु।
As the new calendar year dawns, it brings with it new hope, new aspirations. It infuses new strength for a fresh start and a positive beginning. Last evening, while addressing all of us, Sadhguru reminded, yogis are the one who give everything and take nothing. They think about the welfare of others all the time. They serve God in all beings without expecting anything in return. While many of us are busy making New Year resolutions focused on improving aspects of our own life, Sadhguru always teaches us to focus on finding new ways and means to improve the lives of everyone around us, especially the needy and the underprivileged. It is only in the happiness of the collective that we as individuals can truly be happy. He is an example to all of us. It is Sadhguru's firm belief that every human being has the right to three requisites in life: healthy nutrition, access to quality education, and affordable and accessible health care. And all three, he says, must be provided free of cost. In an age of skyrocketing healthcare costs, the Sri Sathya Sai Sarla Memorial Hospital stands as a beacon of love right here in the district of Chikbalapur, extending multi-specialty services to all in need without any social or financial barriers. We have this morning a short video about the services of the Sri Sathya Sai Sarla Memorial Hospital. Can we have the video, please? A hospital dedicated to the service of the nation started with very simple beginnings at the remote village of Muddenahalli in the holy precincts of Sathya Sai Grama. It was christened Sri Sathya Sai Sarla Memorial Hospital to symbolize the potency of what the coming together of divine grace and a devotee's devotion can achieve. Late Mrs. Sarla Indulal Shah was an ardent devotee of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, who dedicated all her life for the service and upliftment of women and children through the Sri Sathya Sai Seva organizations ever since the late 60s. Thus, the Sri Sathya Sai Sarla Memorial Hospital was named after her, and ever since 2018, the hospital has flourished in stages, not only in its infrastructure and facilities, but also in terms of the number of lives it has restored and healed selflessly without charging even a penny from the patients.
We started our hospital like an outpatient in 2017. By 2020, all the departments were established, giving all multi-speciality services which are required to start a medical college.
This 360-bedded hospital currently has about 6 well-equipped operation theatres, and all the services are being rendered with utmost dedication by a team of over 146 doctors and about 395 other staff members.
Earlier, there were OPDs of around 450, but now you can see it has increased to 1,000 to 1,200 per day. The poorest of the poor coming here, the food should be given free to the patients as well as to one of the attender who comes along with him.
Last 1.5 years I am working here. I thank Swami for giving this opportunity to serve the downtrodden people, and most of the people coming from villages where no medical facilities are available.
Patients are very grateful just because of Swami's abundant grace. I emphasize proper treatment, proper diet, as well as some spiritual practice so that they can control their stress aspects more.
ఇక్కడ నుంచి 10 కిలోమీటర్లు అవుతుంది మా ఊరు. మొదలు మాకు కొంచెం జాస్తి ఉండే షుగరు. ఇక్కడ వచ్చి నుంచి ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ సమస్య మాకు ఏమీ లేదు, నార్మల్గా ఉన్నాం సార్. ఇంకా ఆరోగ్యంగా ఉన్నాం ఇక్కడ వచ్చి నుంచి.
With a robust cath lab facility, the hospital commenced its services for heart care for both adults and children, together with its sister hospital, Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani Centers for Child Heart Care, in November 2022. A blood bank and CT scan facility were also inaugurated in January 2023.
लेकिन बहुत से ऐसे जो पढ़े लिखे नहीं है, जिनको पता नहीं कि हॉस्पिटल ऐसा इलाज होता भी है, नहीं गरीबों का भी इलाज हो सकता है फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट। मैं क्या बताऊँ, चमत्कार मतलब चमत्कार ही है। मतलब साईं बाबा मेरे भगवान के जैसे ही हैं, जो मेरे बच्चे का नया जन्म, हम सोचते हैं कि इसका नया जन्म दोबारा जन्म लिया है। ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಆತಲ್ಲಿ ಓಲಿದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಒಡ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಕುಟುಂಬದವ್ರು ಸಹ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಆ ಥರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನಮಗೆ. ಸರ್ ಆಯ್ತಮ್ಮ ಬನ್ನಿರಿ, ಬಂದು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಮತ್ತು ನಾವೇ ಅವರೇ ಪಾಪ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಿಕವರಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವರೇ ತುಂಬ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಇನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮಂಥ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಈ ಥರ ಸಹಾಯ ಸಿಗೋದು ತುಂಬ ಅದೃಷ್ಟ ಸಿಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ.
The most noteworthy aspect of this hospital is that it is India's first free teaching hospital for India's first free private rural medical college, the Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research, which was inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, on 25th of March 2023. Catering to 300 inpatients every single day, this hospital is sure to offer a good amount of case mix, caseload, and training for the medical students, which includes MBBS, nursing, and paramedical students.
You are the first batch of doctors and health professionals and the devotees and everybody else who are venturing out in this area of giving free medical education. That's going to change everything the way it is done in the healthcare field today. That will be perhaps the crown jewel of the healthcare mission of Sai.
I am a student of this own institution. The reason for me joining back this institution is the working model of this institution. Our ICU is a boon for the people of this region, where everything is provided free of cost with a vision and mission of our reverend founder, Sri Madhusudan Sai.
Keeping the national cardiac disease burden and the disparity of non-availability of specialty health service for the rural citizens, a well-equipped Department of Cardiology, Cardiovascular and Thoracic Surgery Center has been established. This addition of dedicated cardiac OT, ICU, heart-lung machine, etc. to the teaching hospital is all set to give a new lease of life to the underserved district and surrounding regions.
On this very auspicious day, I feel very happy and I feel very satisfied with what is already happening at Sarla Memorial Hospital, which is the fruit of labor of so many people from around the world, not just who are here, but those who have participated in some way or the other. That how do we retain and maintain this culture of kindness, which is unique to our institutions? Apart from being free, apart from being high quality, being an institution with a heart, that is something that is unique to us. And that has to be taught to the next generation.
I see a lot of patients come here and say that we are here because we believe that, Swamiji is doing so much for us. We feel that if we are treated here, we will be better. So that's the kind of faith that the patients have, not just in the doctors. I think it's not so much faith in the doctors as it is as faith in the organization.
The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which talk about good health and well-being for all by achieving universal healthcare coverage, is possible only when we give for free something as fundamental a right as healthcare without any discrimination and conditions. We believe in taking refuge in the wisdom of the ancient Indian culture that delivered healthcare completely free of cost for all in the society, and thereby restore these values in the greater idea, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one world, one family. Sure enough, the Sri Madhusudan Sai Global Humanitarian Mission, under the guidance and leadership of Sri Madhusudan Sai, will see many a sunrise, each beginning with new eyes, bringing hope, love and joy in the lives of many forever and ever. The heart is indeed the center of being, both literally and figuratively, as it is said. And every heartbeat sustains life and reminds us of the marvelous synchrony of the human body. In modern times, in spite of rapid strides in medical knowledge, technology-driven intervention, and disease management, heart diseases continue to be the biggest killer in all age groups in India. Be it in children with congenital heart disease or adults with coronary artery blocks, heart diseases are a major reason for morbidity and mortality in India. The cost of treating these diseases and loss of life leaves families with huge perpetual financial burden, more so when a young breadwinner is affected. Life-saving, modern facilities are concentrated in major cities and suburban regions, while Tier 2 cities, towns, and rural areas are bereft of these critical and essential health services. On this auspicious morning, Sadhguru Sri Madhusudan Sai has blessed the people of the region with yet another gift of love, a cardiology, cardiothoracic, and vascular surgery center at the Sri Sathya Sai Sarla Memorial Hospital, which was inaugurated this morning by the Honorable Minister in the Divine Presence. These are some of the glimpses from this morning's visit and inauguration, which started with the lamp lighting, the inauguration, thereafter the plaque unveiling, visit to the medical ICU. A group picture was taken with all the dignitaries, and Sadhguru also went around with the Honorable Minister to the NICU and also to the ward to hand over gifts to all the mothers. In the district of Chikbalapur, the nearest facility, it is said, for treatment of heart disease is about 70 kilometers away. So this state-of-the-art treatment of heart disease with highly advanced healthcare services, which includes a dedicated cardiac OT, ICU, and a heart-lung machine, will surely be a boon to everyone in this district. May we now call upon Dr. A.R. Raghupati, Director, Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research, to officially announce the inauguration of the new facility.
Pranams at the lotus feet of our dearest Divine Master, Dr. Madhusudan Sai. Dearest Sadhguru, Honorable Minister of Law and Parliamentary Affairs, H.K. Patil ji, distinguished guests on the dais, brothers and sisters, dearest students, colleagues, and devotees watching us live from all over the world. Good morning to you all. Happy New Year, hearty Sai Ram. I stand before you today with great joy and sense of purpose as we gather to celebrate a significant milestone in our journey towards accessible healthcare. It's my privilege to announce the opening of free adult cardiac surgery mission right here at our rural medical college, Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research. What a joy to begin the year with such a milestone. Sir, initially we started as a small clinic here in this place. In record time, we built a multi-speciality hospital. In a record time, medical college was opened. And in record time, we started a blood bank. Within 20 days, conception of the blood bank and getting the license has happened, sir. It has happened uniquely here. Nowhere in the world we will get such with a short span of time. In record time, we opened a cath lab. I want to mention you here, sir. Whole conception and the execution of cath lab happened within 10 days. This can be written in the Guinness Book. And we are starting cardiothoracic super specialty services at our medical college. Coming to the statistics, sir. Till date, we have treated around 486,000 patients as in outpatient. More than 20,000 patients are treated in inpatients. And we have done more than 9,000 surgeries. And we have 5,300 deliveries have happened in our hospital. Every day, sir, 25 to 30 surgeries are happening of different varieties. And daily 8 to 10 deliveries are happening in our hospital. We have 30 ICU beds, sir. All ICU beds are usually full. This is a boon to the rural people here. To give you a small glimpse, sir, last year we have treated 217 infants in the NICU. Usually mortality rate is very high. As the blessing of Swami and to our surprise, the death is we lost only one child. The death rate was less than 0.5%. Healthcare is a fundamental right, and yet, for many of our communities, access to life-saving medical procedures remains a distant dream. Heart disease, a leading cause of mortality, often goes untreated due to two main reasons. One is the financial constraints, second one is the limited medical facilities. Today, we take a bold step towards changing this narrative. Our commitment to well-being of our community has driven us to establish a state-of-the-art cardiac operation theater that will provide free cardiac surgeries to those who need it the most. This initiative embodies the spirit of compassion in action. You may ask why we have chosen to focus on cardiac care. The answer is simple. Heart disease affects a significant portion of our population, and its impact is profound. Accessibility, availability, and affordability of cardiac facility are very difficult, especially in the rural poor. This cardiac mission is a symbol of hope, a beacon that shines brightly for those struggling with the burden of heart-related disorders. The facility is equipped with cutting-edge technology and staffed by skilled medical professionals who are dedicated to delivering the highest standards of care. By these free cardiac surgeries, we aim to address a critical gap in health care accessibility, ensuring that financial constraints no longer stand in the way of life-saving treatments. This project is a collaborative effort, sir, made possible by the dedication of our medical staff, the support of the community, and the generosity of the donors from all over the world who believe in our mission. I extend my deepest gratitude to everyone who has been the part of this journey. As we open this facility, let us not only celebrate the physical structure, but also the spirit of compassion that brings it to the life. Let it be a reminder that together as a community, we can overcome barriers and create healthier and more equitable future for all. All these impossible tasks are happening here because all by His divine will, all by His divine love, all by His divine presence. Thank you, Swami, for this abundant love and the grace that you are showering on us. Finally, I invite each one of you to take the pride of this accomplishment. Thank you for your support. Let us continue working towards a healthier and more compassionate future in making this world a better place to live in. Thank you. Sai Ram.
May we now invite Dr. Anand Agarwal, Head of Department of the Cardiothoracic and Vascular Surgery Center, to share a few words. Having trained at prestigious institutions in India and the UK, including King's College Hospital in London, he returned to work at premier hospitals in New Delhi and Hyderabad, including the Fortis and Mallareddy multi-specialty hospitals. Today, with Sadhguru's guidance, he serves here at the Sri Sathya Sai Sarla Memorial Hospital. In fact, he will also be performing the first CTVS surgery at the hospital this morning for mitral valve replacement. Dr. Agarwal.
Reverential pranams at the lotus feet of Sadhguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. Honorable Minister H.K. Patilji, distinguished guests on the dais and off the dais. I stand before you with awe and wonder and reverential humility because I came 24 years ago in 1999 to Puttaparthi after completing my FRCS General Surgery to work at Puttaparthi. And in his ultimate grace, Swami is permitting me after 24 years to perform my first surgery. So today I'll be just speaking to you about the need of cardiac care in India along 3 lines. Can I have the slides, please? So cardiovascular diseases have become a major challenge and a cause of morbidity and mortality. So I'll be speaking along 3 lines of coronary artery disease, rheumatic heart disease, and congenital heart disease. Next slide, please. I think the slides have gone haywire. Doesn't matter. See, the problem is in coronary artery disease, when I was in Oxford, I was operating on patients who are in octogenarians or nonagenarians, means in 80s and 90s. And since last 15 years, basically what pained me was that I'm operating on patients younger than me. That led to a lot of insight and study that why coronary artery disease is affecting young people. And the cause is India is the diabetes capital of the world. Apart from diabetes, if you screen a population, lot of unidentified hypertension is there, which is a very under-recognized and under-treated entity. So these 2 factors with our fast-paced lifestyle, we Indians have become more Westerners. Basically, our genes were not suitable for that sort of lifestyle. So it has led to a total tremendous change in our life, and family history of heart disease, high cholesterol, all these factors lead to early onset of coronary artery disease in the young. So first of all, the need of the hour is how do we prevent this? So we have started a campaign with the blessing of Sadhguru of Save the Young Heart, where we are advocating regular pranayam, meditation, lifestyle modification, and most important thing, actually I quote Sadhguru here, that our ahar and vihar. What is ahar? What I take through all my panchendriyas is ahar, and how I recreate in my free time is vihar. So on these lines we are working on the preventive model. And those people who are affected with the heart disease, what do we need? Those people who are affected with the heart disease, actually if you see those coronary artery, because of the risk factors, if there is a partial block of the coronary artery, we get what is called as chest pain or angina. That is not fatal. But if that artery is completely blocked, we have a fatal heart attack, what we call in our medical term as myocardial infarction, in lay term as heart attack. And this is what is happening in young adults. People, celebrities who are exercising, celebrities who are walking in the gym, the arteries suddenly get blocked, there is a massive heart attack and the patient dies. So on the treatment front, what we need is within 90 minutes, if we can diagnose this heart attack and if we get medical facility, either by medicines or by primary PTCA or stenting, we can salvage the heart muscle. So this is what we intend to do here at Sarla. We have a host of peripheral clinics, Shastra clinics. So we want to link with telemedicine and identify these early heart attacks. And on the rheumatic heart front, we thought at some stage as medical professionals, sir and all, they have done a lot of work in this regard in All India Institute of Medical Sciences, that rheumatic heart disease and rheumatic fever is on the decline. But on the contrary, in the rural area, still rheumatic fever is prevalent, and the long-term sequelae of rheumatic fever leads to valvular heart disease, one of those patients I am operating today. And the problem with the rheumatic valvular heart disease, that it affects the lower socioeconomic strata of the population, and they do not seek medical attention unless and until they are unable to go to the field in very advanced stage of this disease, when there is a lot of pulmonary hypertension and all that stuff. So they come late. So what we intend to do in this area is to do a lot of community screening and identify these patients who are at early stage of rheumatic heart disease. Coming to congenital heart disease, there is a huge burden in our country. Around 240,000 children are born annually with congenital heart disease, and we are able to cater only to around 1/10 of those patients. So A, we need lot of infrastructure, and B, we need lot of trained pediatric cardiac surgeons, which Sadhguru has embarked on a mission. We want to start an active academic and teaching program with DNB facility at our institute. And also, the congenital heart disease is linked very closely to maternal health. And through the mother and child program, Sadhguru has been addressing this issue for last 5-6 years. If you look after the maternal health, there is a less chance of children being born with congenital heart disease. So Sadhguru, on behalf of all my team, I request to you that you provide us with courage, ability, nobility, and stability, so that we can take your mission of making this center a world-class center for both treating as well as research and academics. Thank you very much for a patient listening.
Thank you, sir. Not only will the hospital cater to diagnosis and surgical corrections of cardiac conditions, it will also be a world-class center of academic surgical excellence and research, along with a homograft bank. We will now have Dr. C.S. Hiremat, who will shed light on the road ahead through academic and research programs. Dr. Hiremat serves as the Director, Valve Bank and Academics, CTVS, Senior Consultant and Chief Cardiac Surgeon, Pediatric, Thoracic and Vascular Surgeries at the Shri Sathya Sai Sarla Memorial Hospital. He also serves as the Secretary, Indian Society of Cardiovascular Thoracic Surgeons, and recently he was awarded the Social Impact Champion of the Year at CSR Health Impact Awards. Dr. Hiremat.
Offering my reverential pranams at the Divine Lotus Feet of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba and Sadhguru, Dr. Sri Madhusudan Sai, dignitaries on the dais, Ministers Sri H.K. Patil, dignitaries of the dais, dear colleagues. KSR HB, as Bhuwana mentioned, it is Center of Academic Surgical Excellence and Research and Homograph Bank. Future-proofing India's cardiac healthcare, the road ahead. The problems we are facing at present are escalating patient load and poverty, scarcity of homographs, insufficient research, and suboptimal training and decreasing cardiac surgeons. At present, India harbors 60% of the world's heart diseases, and we are at 4 times risk compared to the rest of the world. As we are seated here, every minute 4 Indians die from birth till the age of 90, 100, whatever is the lifespan. That's the current statistics today. Congenital heart diseases are also increasing rapidly, and with every 100 children born, we have 1 to 2 being affected, and out of these, only 25% are being treated, and rest of them die just like houseflies. And this 1 to 2% is going to increase to 5% in the next 5 years. That means every 100 children born, you have minimum 10 children with congenital heart diseases. The next problem the country is facing is scarcity of homografts and its affordability. What are homografts? These are tissues or valves obtained from human heart within 24 hours of death. These can be preserved in liquid nitrogen storage, and it can be stored for 5 years. These natural valves can be used for adults and pediatric cases. We also have insufficient research and decreasing cardiac surgeons. 80% of the needed seats in the country today go vacant for cardiothoracic and vascular surgery, maybe due to long learning curve and lack of training to be competent cardiac surgeons. Can we collectively future-proof India's cardiac health? Yes, we can. And KCRHB is one of the initial steps. It has 3 vertical limbs. One is the free homograph bank, the world's first under the visionary leadership of Sadhguru Dr. Sri Madhusudan Sai. The second vertical limb is the Advanced Skills and Training Center, and the third one is the Research Institute, which includes academic research, industry collaboration, national database registry, and library and museum. All of this is going to have a great impact on patients' quality of life. It enhances mainly homograft availability, increases cardiac fraternity, and excel the India-specific research, and finally reduce the country's disease burden. What's the way ahead? We are collaborating with NRDC, that is National Research Development Corporation of India, and Biobank of India, with the help of Dr. Vishal Ram and his team, for procurement of required equipments in the coming days. We have already confirmed research activities going on with Sarla Memorial Hospital and Sadhguru Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences. The one is with Birmingham Children's Hospital, UK, Sri Jayadeva and Ramaya Institute of Cardiovascular Sciences. We have both the head of Department of Cardiovascular Sciences, Dr. Prasanna, and Dr. Ravi Shankar Shetty with us today amongst us. And we have Dr. Krishna Iyer, the senior most pediatric surgeon in the country, with us amongst us today here. Not only that, we are planning to have with Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, IIT Madras on augmented and critical virtual reality. Collaboration with NIMANS for procurement homographs, and lastly, but not the least, collaboration with various medical industries for Make in India heart valves, which is already in progress. The year ahead, strategies-wise, stage 1, December 2023, strategy is already in place with the blessings of Bhagwan Sri Madhusudan Sai. Construction and operations are in progress in the next 18 to 24 months. Let us all join our hands together in Sadhguru's mission of one world and one family, one KCRHB. Heartbeats sound as lub-dub, lub-dub, lub-dub. That's the classic medical school training for the last 100 years plus. But with Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba and Sadhguru Dr. Sri Madhusudan Sai's blessings, heartbeat will resonate with love in the entire world as Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. I think I have a last slide. Dear colleagues, you don't have to be a cardiac surgeon to touch 1 billion hearts. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
This morning, as we celebrate the new year, we also celebrate the new lease of life received by 2 patients right here at our very own hospital. Both of them had congenital heart disease and were treated free of cost in September 2023. We will call out the names and we request them to come on stage along with their families to receive their gift of life certificates from our honorable chief guest. First, we have 5-year-old Muhammad. Hailing from the small town of Chintamani in Karnataka, Muhammad's father works as a helper at a production factory while his mother works at a garment factory. Unlike most children his age, Muhammad was not able to run and play due to his heart condition. Muhammad underwent a cath intervention, device closure of the atrial septal defect at our hospital. He is now hale and hearty, as we can all see. We also have with us 17-year-old Akash K.A. His family comes from a little hamlet in the Kolar district, where his father's single income as a humble driver made it extremely difficult to afford treatment for Akash at any private setup. Akash had open heart surgery to close an atrial septal defect, and this young lad is all set to study and become a productive, contributing member of society. Thank you, dignitaries. May we now invite the chairman of the Sri Sathya Sai Health and Education Trust that is establishing world-class pediatric cardiac centers of excellence globally to share a few words with all of us.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ಈ ಹೊಸ ವರ್ಷ ಶುಭಾಕಾಂಕ್ಷೆಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ. ಪರಮ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಶ್ರೀ ಸತ್ಯ ಸಾಯಿ ಬಾಬಾ ಚರಣ ಕಮಲ್ಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕರಿಸ್ತು, ಸದ್ಗುರು ಮಧುಸೂದನ್ ಸಾಯಿ ಅವರು, ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರಿಯ ಅವರೇ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರೆ, ತಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ಜೊತೆ ನಾನು 30 ವರ್ಷ ಮುಂದೆ ಸತ್ಯಸಾಯಿ ಸೂಪರ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಾಲಿಟಿ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಕಟ್ಟುವಾಗ ಭಾಳ ಸಾಮೀಪ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಡಿಯರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬ್ರದರ್ಸ್, distinguished doctors sitting here, what a moment this is. The commencement of totally free of cost cardiac services at the Sarla Memorial Hospital in the presence of such a galaxy of luminaries in the field of cardiac sciences. Revered Swami, what you have done today, while physically the edifice is built and life will be saved by Dr. Agarwal and his team, you have shown what is the need of the hour, which is to divinize healthcare. Sir, Swami ಅವರು ವೈದ್ಯೋ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಹರಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ವಾಕ್ಯದು ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಶುಭ ವರ್ಷ ಪರ್ವದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ. ಹಿರಿಯರು ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದರು ದೇವರು ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿರಿಯರು ಹೇಳಿದರು ಒಂದು ದೇವಾಲಯ ಅಂತ. ನಿಜವಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಅವರ್ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಅ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೀಲಿಂಗ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಕೇರ್ ಟು ವೇರ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಡಿವೈನ್. ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಫ್, ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಫ್ is performing the work of the divine. And it is the mission, vision and goal of every doctor eventually to become an instrument of the divine. That was what Sathya Sai Baba all his life did, and now beloved Sadguru Madhusudan Sai is doing. And what the medical college will teach is not just the best of medical education and medical skills, but the purpose of life and the purpose of medicine is to be an instrument of the divine. The medical college also has a building which is named after my mother. And to me, and I think to Sadguru Madhusudan Sai, for over 50 years that she served Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, her whole life was to be an instrument of the divine. So may we today, singularly and collectively, take up this pledge that we have to become instruments of the divine. Nothing can be more precious, nothing can be more sacred, and nothing ever can be more blessed than becoming an instrument of the divine. With these words, I wish you all a very happy New Year.
Thank you, Dr. Srinivas. May we please now request our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri H.K. Patilji, to address all of us this morning.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ಹೊಸ ವರ್ಷದ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು. ಹೊಸ ವರ್ಷದ ಈ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಸುದೈವಿಗಳು. ಪೂಜ್ಯರಾದ ಮಧುಸೂದನ್ ಸಾಯಿಯವರ ಸಾನ್ನಿಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದು ಕೇವಲ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ಬೃಹತ್ತಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮನುಕುಲಕ್ಕೆ ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ಬೋದಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಂದ್ರೀಕೃತಗೊಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಮಧುಸೂದನ್ ಸಾಯಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮೊಟ್ಟ ಮೊದಲು ನಮಸ್ಕರಿಸಿ, ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತರಾದ ನರಸಿಂಹಮೂರ್ತಿಯವರೇ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣರಾವ್ ಅವರೇ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಘುಪತಿಯವರೇ, ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿ ಕೆಲವೇ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೂ ಸಹಿತ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಹೃದಯಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಟ್ಟುವಂಥ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿರುವಂಥ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಆನಂದ್ ಅಗರ್ವಾಲ್ ಅವರೇ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹಿರೇಮಠ್ ಅವರೇ, ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಭಾವ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂಡುವ ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸರವರೇ, ನೆರೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗಣ್ಯಮಾನ್ಯರೇ, ತಾಯಂದಿರೇ, ಸಹೋದರಿಯರೇ, ಮಧುಸೂದನ್ ಸಾಯಿಜಿಯವರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಭಕ್ತವೃಂದವೇ, ಮೊಟ್ಟ ಮೊದಲು ನಾನು ಈ ಅದ್ಭುತ ಕೆಲಸ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದರು, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದರು, ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಮಧುಸೂದನ್ ಸಾಯಿಯವರ ಆ ತಂಡ ಏನಿದೆ, ಅವರ ಅನುಯಾಯಿಗಳೇನಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕವಾಗಿ ತುಂಬ ಹೃದಯದ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. I know for certain that this program is not limited to only this hall. Friends, throughout the world, thousands of lakhs of people are watching this program. Today we have begun 2024 with new understanding in our life. The very program has made at least many of us, definitely myself, to change our attitude. When I was coming, when I came first, love all, serve all, which is a slogan written for all of us, that did make an impact. I was telling that day how that will make people change their attitude. Today, after I saw the hospital, the great infrastructure created for people who cannot afford health care. A friend doctor was telling me, thanks to Satish for that information, the facilities that are created here in Muddenahalli are no less than the best of the infrastructure of Western world. That type of facility is made available to our people who cannot even afford for medical care. When I heard the comparer telling what type of program is this, how are we going to lead 2024, the advice of Madhusudan Saiji, 2024, we talk of Kannada culture, our heritage, our village culture, our district culture, our state culture, culture of religion, culture of the country. I was terribly impressed by a statement that this institution has given more prominence for culture of kindness. And that culture of kindness is going to be a real great thing, and it should make its impact on all of us who are here and who are also viewing this program. What we need today is a culture of kindness. It is not that we don't have infrastructure. We do have. But when you go to make use of that infrastructure, go to those institutions, go to the people, the only thing which lacks more will be that kindness. The Sai institutions, Madhusudan Sai-led institutions will definitely have become a role model for all the medical care institutions to be kind as these institutions are. I was involved in establishment of a GIMS, that is Gadag Institute of Medical Sciences. I was very keen that we should establish cath lab. Our Jaydeva doctor is very much here. In fact, we are bringing people from Gadag in bus loads to have a heart operation camps in Jaydeva. I am really grateful to Dr. Manjunath, who is also involved in serving and advising this particular institution also. Dr. Manjunath is the only exception, or his team the only exception I have seen, where kindness is really seen on the face of it. The moment we enter, we see the kindness. That type of kindness, the kindness that is being taught in this institution, will only make people happy. And I feel that 2024 will be the year to make popular, make effective, learn ourselves the culture of kindness. You all know Dr. Anand Agarwal, while he concluded, he did not ask Swamiji for peaceful life, for his best of health, or anything. He was asking him to give him the courage, give courage to the team, give him the nobility of service, give him the stability. Even making demands are also in total different plane. We are in one or the other public platforms or the institutional platforms or the government platforms. These demands we never hear. He wants courage, nobility of service, stability, to serve people, ultimately to serve people. I am really moved by that statement. Mr. Hiremat, another known personality in the field of heart treatment, the way he told us, he alerted us, he warned us what will happen to the country, what is the position of the country, what is happening to children. And at least personally, I take it very serious. And it is the government also who should take serious of the statement made by Hiremat about what is going to happen and what preparedness we have to do as country, as institutions, as governments. This type of dedicated team that Madhusudan Saiji has with him, I am sure this institution will grow fast, grow like anything. And this 2024 is the year of growth, the development, and kindness of this institution. Friends, I told you, as a minister, as a district minister in my hospital in Gadag, I am trying to finally start the cath lab facility since 1 year. The people who are to supply, they will ask for 8 months. The machineries are to come, imported, this, that. The tender procedure is to be over. Even after 8 months, it is not over. Thank God, in next fortnight, we may start cath lab facility in gyms. But here in this institution, there I am trying to pursue, force, start with the big, mighty support of the government. Here in this Madhusudan-sized medical institution, the cath lab has come into existence and it has already started functioning within 20 days. For those who are involved, we don't believe that this can happen. That's why he was telling repeatedly that it is a miracle. ಈ ಪವಾಡ ಸದೃಶ್ಯವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಈ ಒಂದು ಘಟನೆಗಳೇನದಾವು ಇವು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯಚಕಿತರನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತು. 20 ದಿವಸದಾಗ ಕ್ಯಾತ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಆಗೋದು, 1 ವರ್ಷದೊಳಗೆ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಈ ಹಂತಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋದು. ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಭಾಳ ಜನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಆದರೆ ಭಾಳ ಜನರ ಅದರಿಂದ ಆದಾಯ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನು ಲಾಭ ನೋಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಫೀ ನಾವು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಡೊನೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ಬೋದು, ಚೆಕ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಂದಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇವನ್ನ ಗಣನೆಗೆ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಮಧುಸೂದನ್ ಸಾಯಿಯವರ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಜಿ ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ, ನಾವು ಸರ್ಕಾರದವರು ತಬ್ಬಿಬ್ಬಾದ್ವಿ ನಾವು. ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು? ನಾವು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ, ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಫೀ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಡೊನೇಷನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಉಚಿತವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡತನ, ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠತೆ ಏನು ಸಾಧ್ಯ? ಇಂಥ ಉದಾತ್ತವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನಿಲುವುಗಳನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಇವತ್ತೇನು ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠವಾದ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಚಿಕ್ಕಬಳ್ಳಾಪುರ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸಮೀಪ ಇದ್ರೂ ಸಹಿತ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಗಳಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅನುಕೂಲತೆಗಳಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂಥ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ಅನುಕೂಲತೆಯನ್ನು ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಈ ಚಿಕ್ಕಬಳ್ಳಾಪುರ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಿಂದ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಇಂಥ ಅದ್ಭುತವನ್ನು ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಲೋಕಾರ್ಪಣೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಇವತ್ತಿನಿಂದ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನವರು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುದ್ದೇನಹಳ್ಳಿ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಮಧುಸೂದನ್ ಸಾಯಿ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆ ಕಡೆ ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂಥ ಭವ್ಯವಾದ ಕಾಣಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ತಾವು 2024ಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ. 2024 ಈ ಪ್ರದೇಶದ ಅದ್ಭುತ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆಗೆ ಕಾರಣ ಆಗಲಿ. 2024 ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಮಧುಸೂದನ್ ಸಾಯಿಯವರ ಸಾನ್ನಿಧ್ಯದೊಳಗೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಸೇರಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನೊಳಗೂ ಆ ಒಂದು ಅನುಕಂಪ, ಆ ಒಂದು ಸೇವಾಭಾವ, ಆ ಭ್ರಾತೃತ್ವ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಅದು ಪುಟಿದೇಳಲಿ ಅಂಥ ಒಂದು ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ನಮಗೆ ಸಾಯಿಬಾಬಾರಿಂದ, ಮಧುಸೂದನ್ ಸಾಯಿಜಿಯವರಿಂದ ದೊರಕಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ನನಗೆ ಈ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ನಾನು ಇಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಾರ್ಥ ಸಹಜವಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಅಡ್ಡಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅದು ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಾಗ. ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳಿಗಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯೊಳಗೂ ಇಂಥ ಭಾಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸೌಕರ್ಯಗಳು ಬೇಕು. ಅಂಥ ಸೌಕರ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡೋದಾದರೆ ಅದು ಭೂಮಿ ಇರಲಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಬೆಂಬಲ ಇರಲಿ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ನಿಮ್ಮದಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಗುರುಗಳೇ. ನಮ್ಮತ್ತ ಸಹಿತ ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಸೇವೆಯ ಲಾಭ ತಲುಪಲಿ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ತಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋರಿ ನಮಸ್ಕರಿಸಿ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ವಂದಿಸಿ ನಾನು ಮಾತು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೀನಿ.
Thank you, sir, for joining us on this very momentous and auspicious morning. We would like to extend our love and gratitude to you, sir. On behalf of everyone, we pray to Sadhguru to bless us all with his divine message this morning.
On this very auspicious first day of the new year, even before the sun rose to spread light to the world, Sri H.K. Patil rose from his bed, got ready and was here by 7:15 a.m. I know it is inconvenient, but he did it out of love and his commitment to support a noble cause like this, starting off free cardiac services in our hospital is something that he so much appreciated, and he came all the way. So first and foremost, we are very grateful. ತಮಗೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಇವತ್ತು. ಆದರೆ ನಾನು ಶ್ರೀಲಂಕಾಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಅದು ಫ್ಲೈಟ್ ನಮ್ಮದು ಇದೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ನಿಮಗೆ ನಾವು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಬೇಗ ಬರಬೇಕು. ತಾವು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟನ್ನು ಒಪ್ಪಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಇನಾಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಈ ಹೊಸ ಸರ್ವಿಸು. ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ತುಂಬ ಹೃದಯದಿಂದ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. To the people who worked day and night to establish this department, Dr. Raghupati, the medical director, Dr. Upadhyaya, the superintendent, and the members of the CTVS department, starting with Dr. Anand Agrawal, Dr. Hirimat, Dr. Naveen, and everybody else who has worked hard to make sure that this gift, as was mentioned by the Honorable Minister, was given to the people of this world on the New Year day. And when we give gifts, we don't charge anything, do we? Gift is always given free out of love. So how can we charge for any services when we are giving a gift to the world? And this is the gift that is given on this New Year to the people in the spirit of one world, one family, that they are all our family. Whether they can afford or not, they all deserve good health care. I am also grateful to the members of Cardiothoracic and Vascular Surgery Association, as well as the dignitaries on the dais from Sri Jayadeva Institute of Cardiovascular Sciences, Dr. Prasanna Simha, and Dr. Ayya, who has been an old associate of this mission, and he had this fortune of starting the CTVS department way back in 90s in Puttaparthi. And today he is here again to guide us all on this path. So to both of them, our gratitude. It is with great joy and with great sense of purpose that Dr. Raghupati spoke about this new initiative. In a remote rural area, doing things like this is equal to a miracle, as the minister observed, because finding the right kind of specialists, all the infrastructure, and everything that needs to come together to make such a service happen is not easy in rural areas. But listening to the call of their hearts, so many of these specialists, all the doctors, nurses, have come from far and wide, even from abroad, to join us on this medical mission to provide free health care to all the people, whether they're rich or poor, Indian or foreign, rural or urban, it does not matter. They're all our family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, this is the idea that we work with. And that is why we do what we do. I'm very glad that this new chapter has opened here. And not just that, with Dr. Hirimat coming, he also brought this idea of a free heart valve bank. That is something that is very futuristic. While we do have heart valves which are synthetically made and installed in the hearts of people who suffer with those diseases, yet that's not the best way of doing things. If we have natural tissue valves which are out of the bodies of people who donate it for the cause of better health of others, we can solve these problems in a better way is his conviction. And when he requested that we must have that bank, heart valve bank over here, a homograft valve bank, I was very excited because I thought that is one way we all can serve the community. If we have a healthy heart, and whenever God calls us back, we can always leave behind this legacy of a homograft valve for the next generation of people who are suffering with it. As we just heard, India is the capital of cardiac diseases. That is what was being told by Dr. Hiremat. And this is true because our Sanjeevani hospitals, which work day and night to save children born with congenital heart diseases, they've seen this. And whatever we do a lot of work every day, but still it is not sufficient. Because there are more children waiting, there are more people waiting for this service, and which we are not able to provide. And that sometimes makes me feel bad that we are not able to do enough. And we want to do more, but we need everybody's support, everybody's help, and that is what the mantra from the Upanishad, Sahanavavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karvavahe. Let us learn together, let us enjoy what we learn and do together. Let us work hard, Sahaviryam Karvavahe, together. If we come together, we can solve most of the problems of the world. And that is what this institution stands for, a collaborative way of solving problems. And I think with the support of the government, which is represented by Sri H.K. Patil ji, Jayadeva Institute, and many other institutes and people who are here, and with the support of these social organizations and our organization together, we can solve most of these problems, is my conviction. When we started the medical school, it was started with this idea that we must start training programs, and it should be available to the poorest rural students also in the country, so that they can also become doctors, surgeons, and medical professionals who can serve the rural geographies. That's why it was made free, so that finance should not be the reason why one becomes a doctor or does not become a doctor. Finance should not be the reason why one gets access to healthcare or does not get access. Money cannot be the reason why one gets to live or gets to die. That cannot be the reason in this world. And that is the conviction with which we work. And when we went to Sri H.K. Patil ji, mentioning about this medical college, in fact, he came. I did not even go. He came earlier, before the academic session started, when all the selections were happening. And I asked him for a few special provisions for the medical school so that the deserving candidates coming from rural areas, committed to a life of service alone, should join this institution. In his capacity, whatever was possible, in a very little time, he did that and gave us a special provision as a medical college that after finishing their medical degree, they have to commit to 5 years of service in the rural areas, in any of the institutions or sister institutions that we are running. This provision was brought as a legislation by Sri H.K. Patil, and that is a contribution that he made towards making healthcare more accessible and affordable for the rural country. I have many more demands for him. He demanded that let some work happen in Gadag. I'm more than happy. We run a girls' campus in Gadag, which also was very much supported by him when we needed permissions for land conversions and starting of the school. He helped us at that point in time. And again, I'm very happy, whatever we can do together from here to improve the healthcare facilities in Gadag district, I'm more than willing to collaborate and participate in this, and I'm sure our people will be happy to go and serve and even begin an institution which will help the poor people in your districts. That is very true. But I also have some demands from you. I want our medical college to have more and more rural students joining it. Government can and should make an effort to promote the idea of bringing medical education to the poor rural students who are not having the same level playing field as the urban students with better education, English education, or better coaching facilities. They also should get this opportunity. If there is anything that can be done to increase the intake of rural poor, I will be very happy, because then our medical college will be truly serving the purpose for which it has been established. And I'm sure under your leadership and guidance, this also will be done in coming times. This is my faith and this is my hope. On the other side, I also have Dr. Iyer and the representatives of Diplomat of National Board who are into teaching and training the next generation of doctors, surgeons. He himself has trained several surgeons. But going forward, the next generation must get this training in a shorter span of time. This is what my ask is. Cardiac surgeries take a long time to train. And if you get into pediatric cardiac surgeries, it is even longer. And when we are running so many pediatric cardiac hospitals, long training period sometimes demotivates or puts off the young budding surgeons, and then they do not take these courses. At the same time, the burden of congenital heart diseases is increasing in the country, and we need a shorter training program so that more and more people can take this. And that is my request again to the minister as well as to the eminent members of the cardiac society of the country. And I hope that we can create a DNB program which is of a shorter duration, which can train the students into cardiac surgeries in a shorter time than what it takes at this point in time. Instead of doing 2 or 3 programs in one single program after MBBS, if they can go all the way up to becoming even pediatric cardiac surgeons and specialists, it will be a great support to the country, and we can create lot many healthcare professionals, and they can help the country in a better way. That is the other thing that I really hope that will happen. And if we can start the DNB program soon, I'm sure CTVS program will start in a couple of months. But if we can do an integrated program, that is going to help the country in a much bigger way. That is the other thing that I hope we can do. If not this new year, at least next new year, we should be able to give that program to the students of our country and the world. That is the other hope that I have. And apart from that, what can I say? It's a new year, brings new beginnings, new hopes, new aspirations, new resolutions. Of all the resolutions that we can make, let us resolve to help more people this year in more ways, as much as possible. Each one of us should make that effort. When we think of Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramaya, it does not happen by simply doing prayers. It happens when we get into action, when we try to do whatever we can do in our own capacity and collaboratively together as a society to solve the problems of the world. It is possible to realize this great vision that all should be happy, all should be healthy. That is the kind of world, that is the kind of country in Karnataka that we are working towards. And therefore, everybody's participation, everybody's effort is equally important. And as I mentioned, I have to leave shortly to Sri Lanka because we have built a hospital in Sri Lanka also. It is the first heart hospital on the eastern province of Sri Lanka, where a lot of people are very poor. They don't have access to healthcare at all. A lot of people were dying because of heart problems, similar problem as India. We are kind of share the genes. And that is what was killing a lot of youngsters, age group of 38 to 45. And they wanted a cath lab. With great difficulty, we got the cath lab from Netherlands and got it installed last August. And within 4 or 5 months, they have done 450 cath interventions in Sri Lanka hospital. And that is something that I wanted to celebrate. And every January 1st, I go to Sri Lanka because I promised the devotees there that if you do my work in Sri Lanka, I'll come every Jan 1st to celebrate the new year with you. And they have been doing the work. Therefore, I have no choice but to go. And I'm going today to congratulate them for their hard work, for helping so many people. This is the idea of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. This is our mission of One World, One Family. I am so glad that in 1991, when the first super specialty hospital was built in Puttaparthi, our Dr. Srinivas, Narasimhamurthy, everybody was part of it. In fact, Narasimhamurthy was translating the discourse which was given the previous year about the announcement of the opening of the hospital. And it started with heart surgeries. And today again we are beginning another chapter, a spark from that great flame of service that Baba lit is now here to serve the people by serving them through heart surgeries. And what more can we offer as a gratitude to our master who has shown us the way, who has not just shown us the way, gone the way and shown us how it is done. And today we are starting a chapter here too. I wish all the team the very best. I wish all the patients speedy recovery, and I especially convey blessings to Dr. Anand Agarwal, who is going to go back and start the surgery, the first surgery. May it be successful. May all the surgeries be successful. May you be blessed with this idea of nobility, ability and stability in this new year. Wishing you all a very happy new year. Thanking again the organizers, the team, especially our H.K. Patil ji for having come all the way at a short notice. That too quite early in the morning after a long tour that he was having till last night. We are very grateful for your support and solidarity. Wishing you again, all of you, the devotees watching from around the world, a very happy new year. I conclude.
With this, we will conclude the morning program, and may we please have the Mangala Arati.
करुणा संरक्षक पति महेश्वर ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते आश्रितकल्पलतिका आश्रितकल्पलतिका आपद्बान्धव ॐ जय जगदीश हरे मातपिता गुरुदैवमु मर्यन्तयु नीवे स्वामी मर्यन्तयु नीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नागेन्द्राशयन ॐ जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप ओजस्वी साई महादेव सद्गुरु साई महादेवा मंगल हारति अंधुको मंगल हारति अंधुको मंदर गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण जय सद्गुरुदेवा शांति 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 समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु शांति 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 जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय जय बोलो सद्गुरु श्री मधुसूदन साई जी की जय